Are we live? Are we already live?
Crikey. You're live on there.
Now we're live.
You're live.
Here we
You're
go.
live.
Okay,
Everywhere.
cool.
We're
So
live.
welcome, guys. Today we're going to talk about packaging and pricing and how to sell your actual offers and your high ticket program. So let's talk about high ticket programs. How do you package them? How do you price them? So first thing is on packaging, very simple. The first thing you need to know to actually package a program is who are you actually talking to. So number one, you actually need to know who the actual avatar is. So for example, if I'm packaging a product and let's say I'm going to go to, I want to create a high ticket program and I want to package this program. The first thing I need to think about is my avatar, okay? So in doing that, I think about like, who am I marketing to? So let's say the person is 45 years old. Let's say that it's a man. Let's say that I'm going after a business that's making $6 million a year. Let's say that this man is married to a woman and they have 2 kids. And this is my basic avatar, right? So I need to know specifically who I'm speaking to. Now, the man is an entrepreneur. And let's say he is in the field of finance, okay? So when I'm creating a high ticket program, I want to know precisely who I'm speaking to, because if I know precisely who I'm speaking to, then my messaging and everything I do in terms of packaging my program is going to be spot on. All right. So that's the first thing you need to do. Okay, is go after your avatar. Okay. Now, with the avatar, if I'm speaking to a 45-year-old male who's running a business in finance and is making, say, $6 million a year, I have to look at what are the main challenges that this person is facing, okay? So to really speak to him and create my program, I got to look at the challenges that this person's facing. So if I look at somebody making $6 million a year, one of the big challenges that our clients have when they come to us is that they don't know how to actually really launch and scale an online marketing strategy. Now, they've tried different things. Our customers, they kind of do the social media thing and they putz around. They've launched some ads here and there. They may have an email list, but they don't know how to run a consistent, like one simple strategy that's not piecemeal, like one simple strategy that they're devoted to and committed to where it's bringing in consistent high ticket clients into their business. And that's what we see with most of our actual customers. Okay. So the big challenge is they don't know how to actually implement one marketing strategy that's going to help them double their business this year. All right. And that's the main thing my client avatar runs into. So as you're creating your client avatar, because you want to package a high ticket program that you're going to sell, right? So as you're creating your high ticket program or packaging your program, you first need to think about who is your avatar, who are you speaking to? And then once you know exactly who you're speaking to, you need to write down the 3 big challenges that they face, right? So mine is they don't have one marketing strategy. The second thing is my customers don't really have a high ticket offer that's priced well, okay? And in most cases, they might have an offer, but they don't have like a couple tiers. They don't have like, okay, a high ticket offer that's priced maybe at 5 or 10 G's, and then they don't have one that's priced at 50 G's, okay? And then the third thing my customer faces is they don't have a sales team or they don't have enough salespeople to actually sell those programs for them, so they need sales training, okay? Great. So those are the challenges that my customer faces. So for you, if you're going to create your high ticket program, you need to think about the challenges your customer's facing. Now, once you know the challenges that your customer's facing, you can then package it into a program. So you're going, well, what program would I sell? Would I sell like an online course? Would I sell a group coaching program, a one-on-one coaching program? Would I do a seminar? You actually don't get into the mechanics of it first of like what it's going to be. You get into the steps of what you're going to teach. So you look at the avatar, you go, here's the 3 big challenges of my avatar, and then you turn those into steps that you're going to teach the customer, okay? So for me, I go, what are the 3 big challenges my avatar faces? They don't have a simple marketing system, right? Okay, where they can get consistent clients. Number 2, they don't have good high ticket programs that are priced well. And number 3, they don't have a sales system to sell it. So now I go, I'm going to create a program for this perfect avatar. And the first thing I realize where they're off is they don't have a message. Okay, their message isn't clear. And their message isn't clear because they don't have their perfect avatar nailed. So the first step that I would create in my training is how to help them nail their perfect avatar and create their perfect message. Okay. The second thing is once they have the message in the avatar, they need to create some stories around that. So I would help them create some stories, right? That'd be the second part of my program. Help them create a story, stories about their own life, if they're the brand, stories about their customers. So people can actually understand when you're telling me a message. If you tell me a message, I kind of get it. If you tell me a story about somebody who accomplished that thing, then I really get it. So the story drives home the message and helps us understand, am I a fit for this actual thing that this influencer is talking about? Then the third thing the customer needs is once they have their message and story, we need to actually get them a program to sell. Okay. So all of this is coming from going and looking at my perfect avatar. Now, my perfect avatar is coming in. They're like, hey, I got a $6 million a year business, Ted. But I've tried a bunch of stuff online, and they're like, and I got a message, but they really don't have a clear message. If they had a clear message, they'd already be online with advertisements, with a marketing strategy. Those who have very clear messages can easily create a marketing system, right? So we got to start with the message. We got to start with story. But then as we're going to help them go online, we're like, I'm not going to help you go online unless you have a high ticket program to sell. Why? Well, I'm not going to help somebody go online without a high ticket program, because if they don't have this high ticket program to sell, they're never going to be profitable online. So I'm trying to help my clients put in $1 and make $3 to $4 back, right? I have a customer right now that's kind of just relaunched his stuff, and he's like, he's only selling a $300 a month program. No, he's selling $1,000 down and then $100 a month in his program, but he's still 3x in his ROI. So he's making 3x ad spend on that. Now that's not a very high ticket program. That's $1,000 and $100 a month. So he could do a lot better than what he's doing, but 3x in your ad spend is freaking pretty damn awesome, right? So, ideally I said, hey, here's how you could get to 6 or 7x on your ad spend, right? And what he needs is a high ticket program. So the reason people fail in launching online is they don't have a high ticket program to sell. So when they launch, they get leads on their list and they don't have a high ticket program to sell. So we got to help them create a high ticket program, right? So for you, as you're creating your program and you're creating your high ticket program, you need to look specifically at your customer avatar. What are the 3 big challenges? And then you take the inverse of those challenges and you turn them into steps that you're going to teach to your actual customer. And that becomes your basic business model, right? The 7 steps, like I'm designing it right now by example and showing you, the 7 steps you have, that is going to be how you teach your clients. That's going to be all the content you deliver. That's going to be all the programs you deliver. That's going to be the thing. So if you don't have that package right now, when I say packaging, it's a list of the 7 steps that you're actually going to teach, right? So for me, with my avatar, I'm showing you how I create my systems and how I create my 7 steps. So my first step was message and perfect avatar. My second step was helping someone with their story. My third step is helping them create a high ticket program. And my 4th step is once they have a high ticket program, is helping them with a sales system to sell it. Now, when you look at my avatar, you should be creating your avatar right now and packing your program as I'm teaching you this right now. But I look at mine and there are 3 big challenges. 1, they don't have a simple marketing strategy that gets clients consistently. 2, they don't have the right priced high ticket programs. And 3, they don't have a sales system to sell it and close. So somebody who doesn't have those things will never succeed online. Okay. So we get business all the time that come to us, $5 million, $6 million, $7 million that we're signing up week after week. And these people don't have an online business. Right. So they're using like direct mail strategies, or they're using like referral marketing, which is all good stuff, but online is where the speed's at. Okay. So this is the game of like, you take the 3 big challenges your avatar is facing, and then you flip it and you go, how would I solve these challenges? What are the 7 steps that I would teach to solve these challenges? And that becomes the basis of your program. That's called packaging. Okay. So for me, I've got 4 steps already. I'm demonstrating you how to do it. You should be doing it while you're watching along. And so basically what you do is then you go, for me, I have 4 already. And then the 5th thing is, so because I have the sales system, the 5th thing is I start designing the marketing funnel. So notice the clients coming to me and they're like, my big challenge is I need one marketing funnel. I need a funnel that gets me consistent clients. And I'm like, okay, before you even launch the funnel, I need to teach you the message and who your avatar is. I need to help you create your story. I need to help you create your high ticket program. And I need to have a sales system. Right? So those are 4 steps to get them ready. Then we'll design your marketing funnel strategy. We'll design your strategy. Number 5, number 6, then we'll help you build the technology. And then number 7 will help you launch your ads, right? So that you can actually advertise and get traffic to your funnel. Those are the 7 steps that I teach and take a customer through. Okay. All of that I got very simply by looking at my customers' 3 big challenges and then going, what are the 7 things that I would take the client through or teach the client to solve their problem? Okay. If you have that problem right now, you can go click on a link and book a free consult with my team, because if you don't have those 7 steps in, we should help you with this. We're helping clients left and right. Our clients who have never gotten clients before getting clients. We have clients that have big businesses that are at the multi-million-dollar mark and even beyond that, that we're signing up. Well, we have clients now that have, 1 million customers that we're working with to create high ticket programs. So we got clients of all ranges, but if you don't have a system that's consistently bringing in clients online, you're missing out on the game. Okay. So for you, whatever problem you're solving, the first thing you need to do is figure out who's your avatar. What are the 3 challenges that you're going to solve for this avatar? And then what are the 7 things that you're going to teach to actually solve the problem? Okay. So that is that. Okay. That's how you package it. Now, how you price it and structure your high ticket program is different, right? So now you got to price and structure your high ticket program. So now pricing and structuring, after you have the 7 things you're going to teach, then you price and you structure. So you should probably structure it first. Now, people come to us all the time and they're doing one-on-one, consultations or one-on-one services or one-on-one coaching or what have you, right? Or they're just an expert and they're trading their time for dollars in another job. And they're like, I'm over here. I want to take my expertise and I want to package it first, and then I want to price and structure it. So the pricing and structuring, what I believe in the most, is a group model, but a group model that's a hybrid. Okay. And what do I mean by a hybrid? So the ultimate group model for me is if I'm going to teach these 7 steps that we just packaged, it's going to be over 8 weeks to a customer or 10 weeks to a customer. So I'm going to have like an 8-week group coaching program. Now, a group coaching program is where you show up and you actually you teach for like 30 to 40 minutes and then you coach the rest of the time. So it might be a 75-minute call where you're teaching for 30 or 40 minutes and then you're coaching the rest of the call by taking questions and coaching people on that group call. Your group model, when you first launch, maybe you'll have 10, 15, 20 clients in the group. Okay. So that's the first. But the second thing is, for customers really to get results today, I don't believe only in just group training. I believe customers need hand-holding to get results. Okay. And it's important that we help customers like stay on track. And if they're just left to their own devices in the group, people just don't complete it. Most people don't. So to solve that problem for us, just from an ethical standpoint, I was like, we have to do private coaching because we know a client's not going to finish the race if they don't have somebody supporting them. So even in our 90-day group coaching program, we'll give the client anywhere from 3 to 6 private coaching sessions to help them stay on track, so that whatever they're learning in the group, we can help them implement it one-on-one through private support. And then at the end, we put in like a 2-day virtual seminar or in-person seminar. So imagine they go through the 8-week program, right? In the group, they're getting private coaching along the way. And at the end or in the middle, they're getting like a 2-day virtual seminar to bring home everything they just learned. Why? Because when you go through something once, you have some duplication of it, right? If you get coached on it and you start implementing, you get better at it, you get experience it. But the third thing is, if you like actually go through it again in like a 2-day virtual immersion, you get so much more confidence and certainty in that thing. Okay.
I just posted the link for you on Instagram.
So if you need help on packaging and pricing your programs, you should go click on this link here, which is in my Instagram here, and it's here.
You should tell them it's from me.
And it's from James. James posted it. And so you can just go click on it and go book a free consult and get on the phone where we can help you with your packaging, your pricing of your high ticket programs. Okay. I think my buddy Karen's on. Karen, what's up, my man? Karen's the best. So this is how you package up your programs. Okay. And it's also how you price the programs, right? And so the structuring, before you price it, you got to go to the structuring, right? And the structuring is really simple. Is what I just gave you, right? The ultimate program to help somebody in 90 days is group coaching mixed with private coaching, mixed with a 2-day virtual immersive seminar at the end, mixed with eventually an online training where they can self-study. But here's the mistake you don't want to make. Out of the gate, you don't want to sit there and create a 20-hour online training, okay? That you're going to be like creating this 20-hour online training and you're going to spend hours in a studio, like wasting your time. You don't need to do that. you need to deliver it in a group live, get paid to deliver it, film it while you're delivering those modules, and then you put it into an online training as well. Make sense? So this whole package, like when you start to package up the benefits of group coaching, private coaching, 2-day virtual seminar, and an online training with it over the course of 90 days, and you name the product of, hey, I want my clients to leave here and I want them to get 6 customers, or I want my clients to leave here and I want them to have 30 free consultations, whatever it is, you name a product and you go after that, a program like that is easily worth $10,000 to $12,000, right? Now, it's the structure that does make it powerful, because the structure allows for the delivery of the content. So if the structure is not there, you can't deliver the content. So the structure is actually very, very important, but people aren't necessarily buying the structure only. They just want to know, how am I going to consume this? What kind of support am I going to get? What they really want to know is the outcomes that I'm going to get. So all of pricing comes as a direct result of the outcomes that you sell. Now, here's where you're probably falling down in your pricing, you guarantee, okay? So I was on the phone with a customer this morning. He's had some private coaching sessions with us. He's getting clients. He's booking speaking engagements. And as we're starting to help him launch his funnel online, I said, okay, what's your free gift going to be? And it was somewhere in the area of health. And he told me the free gift. And I'm like, no, that's not going to speak to your customer. Who's your ideal customer? So most of the time when people come up with like this thing they're going to offer, they make a generalization of the thing and they're not speaking to the ideal customer, right? So to price a program, this is so important. I'm about to give you $1 million of value here. Pay attention, okay? To price your program, you have to, if you're teaching something in health, or you're teaching something in sales, or you're teaching something in finance, or you're an expert in, teaching swimming lessons, or you're an expert in whatever you're trying to teach people to be a master at, you're transferring your expertise to them. There's always more than one outcome they're going to get. All right. So if I'm working like this guy I was working with this morning, I'm like, okay, great. So if you help somebody in the area of their health, what's going to happen? And he says they're going to get more focus and they're going to get more energy. And I'm like, okay, well, but focus and energy on what? Who are we talking to? And he's like, well, we're speaking to an entrepreneur. I go, pull it up. And then we have like a female and then we have a male. I go, choose. Like, you can't have like 2 avatars right out of the gates. Is it going to be a man or is it going to be a woman? And then every time I ask people that, they have trouble deciding. And they're like, so we just decide for them. Great. It's going to be a woman, right? What's the age? And I ask the age. I don't ask what the ages are. I go, what's the age? And they go, between 30 and 50. I'm like, no, a person can't be between 30 and 50. They're either 45 or 46 or 42. What age are they? 45. Great. So you got a 45-year-old entrepreneur. Is it a man or a woman? It's a man. Great. If this person implements your health stuff, this is an example I'm giving. If they're going to get more focus and they're going to clear their brain fog and they're going to get more energy, how is that going to impact their business? Because they're an entrepreneur and probably one of the most important things to them is their business. So if you don't relate the aspects of health to the entrepreneur's business, they don't care and you're not going to sell it. And then you're going to end up attracting people who are interested in your health stuff, who are already like at 1 foot in the grave, and they so desperately need your health stuff that their productivity is probably suffering already. They probably can't go to work, and you're gonna have somebody who's on freaking, in the poverty level that you're working with, who's never gonna buy your program. That's not your avatar. So you need to name the avatar, and when you name the avatar and you name the income level that you're going after, right? Then you start to go, wow, this person who's an entrepreneur is making multi-6 figures or multi-7 figures or 8 figures a year. Whatever this person is, their outcomes are going to be different than a person who's in the poverty level. So the avatar you speak to also determines the outcomes. So those of you who are like, hey, so who do you want to work with? Oh, what kind of income are they making? Oh, they're making $40,000 a year. You're going to be broke making $40,000 a year. So why would you pick an avatar like that? Right? As you get successful and you scale, like I have a new company that we launched. It's an artificial intelligence company. And we're with our team the other day and we just went to a seminar. We sold a bunch of clients into it. But I told my team the other day when I was with them, I was like, we are going after 100 generals, not the soldiers. So we're going after 100 generals are people who have 1 million customers like we just signed up. Another business that we're about to close that's over $1 billion, right? Those are generals, okay? If we're spending our time with people down here, this is where our income is going to be. We're spending time with people up here, our income is going to be up here. So your outcomes are actually driven primarily by the status of your avatar. Is your avatar successful? Is your avatar making money? And you're like, oh, I'm in the health business. Why does that matter? If you're in the health business, choose entrepreneurs, because choose entrepreneurs that are making money, and your outcomes are going to be that much more defined. So people will pay more for your stuff, because an outcome to a multi-million-dollar entrepreneur is worth more than an outcome to somebody who makes less money. So that's how you have to think about your pricing. Right? And that's such an important part of how you actually price everything that you're doing, right? So then you look at it and you go, wait, if even I'm teaching in a health product, my health product produces an outcome for this business owner, but does it produce just health? No, that health, if the person has more focus, more energy, lifts their brain fog, will lead to more productivity in their business. More productivity will lead to more money. They'll make more money. They'll take more vacations with their family. They'll be in a better mood with their family, and boom, then you have 3 or 4 outcomes from a single industry. Most of you are in an industry right now where you're looking at the health industry and you're like, I only produce health outcomes. That's not true. You produce an outcome in a specific area for somebody like health. That's going to influence their business. It's going to influence their personal life. It's going to influence their marriage. It's going to influence their kids, all of it. So unless you're talking about the 3 or 4 outcomes, then you're leaving all this money on the table, and it's why you're not getting paid what you're worth. So to price things, you actually have to decide that what are the outcomes I'm producing in this person's life, and how does that outcome influence another area and another area and another area, and then you'll start to see the value of what you deliver, and then you'll see the value you deliver towards your perfect avatar. It's called a perfect avatar because it's the ideal. It's not like you lowering your standard to go, I'm going to work with somebody making $40,000 a year. No disrespect if somebody's at $40,000 a year, they can buy your online program for $37. It's not the person you're going to take through your funnel and get on the phone and close a pro program. Make sense? Okay. But income isn't the only thing that has to do with it. So somebody could have a very high drive, a very high willingness. They could really want the outcome badly, but their income is low, and that's okay. They stack up in all the other areas and they want these things, and they're willing to find a way to make it, even though their income is temporarily in a low scene. It does not necessarily mean that they're not somebody who could be a client. Okay. But if you're going to go for your perfect client, they have all the categories, and that's what you should be aiming for. Okay. So that's how you package, that's how you price. At the end of the day, when you pitch it and you're going to make your proposition to the customer, it's simple. A proposition to a customer exists with 2 things. Number 1, okay, if you're going through an enrollment process with a customer and you want to sell them a $10,000 program, okay, most people think that somebody's not going to buy a $10,000 program. No, because $10,000 programs are sold. They're not bought. You have to sell them, right? And the first thing you need to know with any customer is what is their number 1 goal. Okay. The way a proposition or a pitch or a sell is made is what's the number 1 goal of the customer. You take them through a whole discovery call or free strategy session to discover that number 1 call. And then when you get to your pitch, you walk them through the 7 steps I just outlaid before, the 7 steps of your program, whatever that's going to be. The key on a pitch is you never go through all 7 steps. It's too overwhelming for the client. If I'm going to go through my program, let's say your number 1 goal is to build an online business and make $5 million this year in your online business. You're already online. Let's say you're making multi-6 figures online and you have a $1 million business already, right? And you want to get to $5 million. Okay. So if I'm talking to you and I'm making a pitch, I would go, your number 1 goal is to hit the 5 million mark. You're making $1.5 million right now, right? You're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool, great. So great. So I'm going to walk you through my program of how I can serve you and help you achieve your number 1 goal. So step number 1 is message, right? So how do you think having a message that's clear would help you achieve your number 1 goal of reaching $5 million online? And the customer might say something like, well, heck, I don't even have a message that's clear. That's why I'm not going online. Exactly. That's why you need step 1 of the training. Step 2 is like, okay, let's maybe I go to step 3. Step 3 is high ticket program. So you want to get to 5 mil. How do you think having a high ticket program that we're going to help you create would help you achieve your number 1 goal? And the customer's like, well, I don't even have a high ticket. I sell $1,000 program as my max. Okay, this is true for a customer we have right now that has 1 million customers. Their max is $1,000 program. Okay, so I went through the strategy with him. Like, how do you think, like, if we went from here to here, what kind of revenue do you think this would make, and how would a high ticket program help you? And he's like, well, it would help me this, and I mapped it out. I'm like, no, we could add $10 million of revenue to your business just with this upsell. Wow. Okay. Right. So I'm taking my steps in my program and I'm asking them, how would that help you achieve your number 1 goal? And that's how you pitch. and somebody's actually selling themselves on your program. Because if I tell you about my program, you're never going to understand it because you're not an expert in it. But if I relate my program, if I say, how will this step help you achieve what's most important to you all day long, you're going to tell me that, and then you're going to understand how my program works. I'm getting in reality with what's real to you, not what's real to me. And that's how you make a pitch. Boom. I just gave you $1 million of value on this call, literally, like $1 million of value in 30 minutes. Go back. If you weren't here for the whole thing, I'm going to package this program up and sell it. But this is a crazy, crazy, ridiculous crash course I just gave, and it will help you dramatically in your business. What are the 3 things we covered? Number 1, packaging. Number 2, how to price a program. And I talk about outcomes. And number 3, how to make a pitch. All done within 25 minutes. Okay. Hope you guys are well. If you enjoyed this, leave a comment down below or a question down below. Go book a coaching call right now. If you are not at 7 figures right now, you need to be running to that link right now to book a coaching call. If you are a multi-million-dollar business right now and you are not scaling online, you need to run to that link and book a coaching call. You need to get on the phone with our team and get some help, right? The problem in this space right now is there's so much damn information being marketed to you, and it's getting more and more confusing, right? And so you don't have one simple marketing strategy. So many of you are watching this stuff and you're running to like ChatGPT of like, help ChatGPT can write my email and write my ads, and like you don't even have a funnel. Right? It's like, okay, great. I'm going to go do some social media and you don't even have a funnel, right? I'm going to create a high ticket program and you don't even have a marketing strategy, right? So there's so much piecemeal stuff that you need one simple strategy. You need one marketing strategy that you can run with that can get you clients consistently. Then all of that stuff is relevant. Trust me. Okay. We have the artificial intelligence. ChatGPT, great. It's a generic thing. We have the artificial intelligence. I own another company that does this. That's brought in 338 inbound calls to my business last month off my leads, where people were calling us through an AI appointment setter that we have, okay? We have all the things that one would need like you. But if you're doing them out of sequence, or you're doing them sporadically, or you're doing them reaching for all these things, you get confused and you get nowhere. Get on a phone call, book it, talk to a coach, get clear on what you want, get clear on what the next steps are so you can move in a direction without spinning over the last 2 years like most people are, watching everybody else launch online, wondering how people like me are doing it, and being like, why am I not doing it too? Is because you don't have a simple marketing strategy and you don't have all the elements I just went over, and that's why you're not succeeding, and you don't have a team. So to go at it by yourself, I mean, like when my clients come work with us for a year, we provide them the Facebook ads team, we provide them the technology team, we provide them the copywriters, provide them soup to nuts. We train them on high ticket selling and how to sell and close. We help them build sales teams if they need help with it. And at the same time, we help them create a high ticket program if they don't have one so they can succeed. If you don't have those things, you need to get in the game. You need to move fast. Technology is only speeding up quicker and quicker. And if you are slow, the fast eat the slow, and you'll be on the sidelines for the rest of your life. Get off the sidelines, get in the game, click on the link, see you on the other side, talk to one of my coaches for free. We will help you and help you kick ass in your business. I'll see you guys next week, next Tuesday at the same time. Cheers.